Hey folks, Larry from the V Twin blog coming at you. Hey, once again, we're just a few days away from Sturgis, and I wanted to share another one of my Sturgis stories with you. And this time I did not say Sturgis storage. Um, anyway, this story we'll just call it "How I Became Number Eight." And so this story starts out. My wife and I are in downtown Sturgis, and we had been at One Eye Jack's having lunch, maybe having a drink, and we're walking out of the bar, out of One Eye Jack's, and we walk past this group of guys, and I hear somebody go eight, and we keep walking, and I look for a second, I'm like, hold on, and I turn around to my wife, I go, wait a minute, we gotta go back, and so we go back, and a group of guys is is like it's like three or four brothers, right? Uh, Black dudes, for those who don't understand, you know, urban vernacular. No, some black dudes. And I look at one of the guys and I go, hey man, are you counting black people? And he goes, as a matter of fact, I am. And I go, so am I number eight? And he goes, yep. And so we start to laugh. And it's actually kind of funny because I've done the same thing in Sturgis. There's actually been a couple times where like my first year out there, I wound up the first black person I saw, I actually walked up to him and hugged him because I was like, I'm not the only one. But anyway, so this guy, him and I wind up talking for a few minutes. I think that was maybe one of them was his nephew, but him and his friends, and I wound up getting the guy's name, and it's Don. And so Don and I are talking probably 2 to 5 minutes, and at some point it comes up that he's from California. And Don goes, so have you ever heard of Sugar Bear? And I go, yeah, I have. Sugar Bear is amazing bike builder. And for those who don't know, I'll try to put a picture of him or a link in the description to some of his work. But Sugar Bear makes these extremely beautiful long front end choppers. In fact, I believe his slogan, if it ain't long, it's wrong. And so he's like one of the originators of the front end chopper. In fact, if he's not the originator, he is the person who finally got them right from a design and roadworthy standpoint. So he goes, well, you want to talk to him? And I go, yeah, is he here? He goes, no, he's not here this year. He doesn't really come out to Sturgis very much, but let me give him a call. And I'm thinking, okay, this guy, I just met this guy. He's counting black people. We're sharing a good conversation, but he doesn't know Sugar Bear. So 30 seconds later, he goes, yeah, Bear, I got this young cat on the phone, and I'm not young. I got this young cat on the phone. He wants to say hi to you. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I go, hey, Mr. Bear, actually, I, I said, I'm Larry Marshall. And and he goes, oh, hey, how you doing? He goes, so we started talking. He goes, well, how do you know about me? How do you know of me? And I said, well, first of all, everybody worth their salt at this time anyway knows your front ends. Like they know your front ends. I said, but I remember my uncle and my dad talking about you when I was a kid and how you made the baddest front ends and made some of the baddest bikes on the planet. And I always thought it was interesting that I never saw you like in magazines or anything like that I would pick up. I'd see your bikes, but I'd never see you. So Sugar Bear told me a really good story, sad story, but good story about how they would allow his bikes, magazine publishers would allow his bikes to show up in the magazines, but because of the clientele of the magazines, they would not allow him to appear with his bike. So at this point in time, and this was probably 2010 or somewhere around then, 2010, 2012, Sugar Bear had been to Sturgis one time in his career, or in his during his bike building career. And so thought that was a shame. Now, fast forward to probably 8 to 10 years, and we're out in Sturgis again, and I see that Sugar Bear has set up a camp. He's bought some land out in Sturgis, outside of Sturgis, and he set up some land. He's got some buildings set up, and he's trying to build a chopper museum or a place for people to come. Kind of, he wants to establish a legacy in Sturgis. And so I'm standing around Sturgis, or we go out. My wife and I go out to the site and his campsite in Vale, and I meet him and we're talking. I tell him I do this website, and we're having a good time. He goes, "Yeah, I talked to you once." I go, "Oh yeah, yeah, I remember this." I was surprised he did. He goes, "Do you remember my friend Don called me and we talked." I said, "Oh yeah, how's Don doing?" He goes, "We can ask him. He's right over there." And I come walking up to Don. He goes, "Hey, it's number 8." Now this is like 8 to 10 years later, and so Don and I had another good conversation. Sugar Bear is laughing, and the kind of the summary of this story is it's now going on, I want to say 4 or 5 years since that happened, since we saw him out of this campsite. And we have become friends with the family, Sugar Bear and his wife. Every year Don sees us, we start laughing and joking. And there was an event that we were at a couple of years ago, and Don and I are sitting there counting the black people. And his nephew comes up one of the times we're hanging out, and he calls me number 8. So literally every time I see those guys, they refer to me as number 8. So um, that's all I got for this episode, I guess you could call it, or this video. That's all I have for this video. But make sure you like and subscribe. I don't think I said that in the last video. And also, I will be in Sturgis. I will be in Sturgis August 2nd through, I believe, August 9th. On August 2nd, I will be at Camp Zero by the Buffalo Chip, doing the at the Creator Meetup from 4 to 6. So make a point of getting out there and saying hi. And I'll even say this: if any of you are out there, you mention this video, I might have a little something for you. Not anything major, but just a little something for you to say thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Well, this is Larry from the V Twin Blog. Ride or die. V Twin Blog out.